What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and tonight I have some Yu-Gi-Oh news for you guys. It looks like Leon's fairy tale cards have finally been revealed. Of course, these are all going to be printed in the collector's pack that's coming out for Japan, and they should be in the Battles of Legend pack for us. I think that's basically been confirmed. So, yeah, I mean, this is an archetype that was from the anime, like a filler arc, basically, the World Championship arc, and they were really interesting in the show too, and I gotta say, these cards are actually really good, or a lot of them I can see having a lot of potential in the game, because they didn't just like print a couple of cards from the anime, like they actually put some thought into these, especially that field spell. That is, yeah, that's going to be an interesting field spell. So, yeah, I think these are going to be really cool, and let's just go through all of them. Of course, too, everything will be in the description. You guys want to follow along with me, and I'm going to read through the effects, and we'll talk about them. So, starting off, we have Cinderella. Of course, level 4 light fairy effect monster, 300 attack, 600 defense, and of course, her effect is, you can only use this card's name's one effect once per turn. If this card is normal special summoned, you can special summon one pumpkin carriage from your hand or deck. In addition, if Golden Castle of Stromberg is in the field zone, you can equip one glass slippers from your deck to this card. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, you can target one glass slippers equipped to this card, and one face-up monster in the field, equip glass slippers to that second target. So, yeah, this card is actually really interesting. That's kind of the thing about this archetype, too, that I've noticed, is that one monster brings out another monster. So, whenever you're bringing out Cinderella, you get the pumpkin carriage, which, of course, nowadays with link monsters, that's something that's really interesting. You know, that makes a lot of these cards, you know, just able to bring out more monsters, which then can easily go for link summoning. And that's what this archetype kind of does, or that's kind of the theme I've noticed from this. Also, too, when you're dealing with glass slippers, I mean, we'll get to that here in a second, but I believe that was kind of a similar effect, too, in the anime. What is glass slippers? I'm just going to kind of summarize real quick. Basically, it makes it so that if the monster that's equipped to is not a fairy monster, that monster loses 1,000 attack, and also it cannot attack. Also, too, if that monster is sent to the graveyard because it was destroyed, then you can target a Cinderella you control and equip it to this target. So, basically, she can make this card equipped to other monsters, weaken them, make so they can't attack, and you destroy it, you get the glass slippers back, and, you know, keep reusing that over and over. So, that's what helps about that second effect that she has. But mainly, I like that first effect. Just being able to bring out the pumpkin carriage, it's actually pretty good. I can see that coming in handy with link summoning. Also, of course, moving on to that, we have Pumpkin Carriage, which is a level 3 Earth Plant effect monster, 0 attack, 300 defense, and its effect is, Cinderella you control can attack directly. Golden Castle of Stromberg you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effect. So as you can see, Pumpkin Carriage is support for Cinderella, making it so she can attack directly, which then works with glass slippers, and yeah, there you go. Also, too, it makes it so that it can actually protect Golden Castle for you, which is a good thing. I mean, that's what this archetype's mainly about, getting Golden Castle, using its effects, and also having a way to protect it is pretty good too, but mainly that direct attack with Cinderella is going to help you out. But again, I still like the whole dynamic of being able to special summon each other, you know, or, you know, bring out Cinderella, you get the pumpkin carriage, and then you could just link summon off of that. I wish they were the same level though. I mean, because then you could go with even an Exceed monster from that, which could be actually pretty terrifying if that was the case. Then, of course, next up we have Iron Hans, which is this one right here. It is a level 4 Earth Warrior effect monster, 1,200 attack and 800 defense. And, of course, his effect is, you can only use this card's name's one effect once per turn. If this card is summoned, you can special summon one Iron Knight from your deck. If Golden Castle of Stromberg is not in the field zone when this effect resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn. If their Golden Castle of Stromberg is on the field, this card gains 1,000 attack for each Iron Knight you control. So with this card, again, like I said, that's kind of the theme with this. You're able to then bring out Iron Knight, which we'll talk about that here in a second. With that, of course, just think about this for a second. Yes, if you have Golden Castle, you're able to use the extra deck, right? Think about what you could bring out with this, because first off, they're both level 4, so think about just all different rank 4s. You go with Utopia, Utopia the Lightning. But another thing is going for that Noble Knight Link monster. Of course, go for that. That's an easy way to do that, too. And both being warriors, obviously, that helps you out. And of course, there's a lot of good Warrior Exceed stuff, too. But I was mainly thinking about the Noble Knight Link monster, because going for that, you're getting a search after that. And I can see that coming in handy, but again, you have to have Golden Castle, which with this deck is not a problem. We'll get more into that here in a second, but there's so many ways to get that card out and also protect it. That shouldn't be a problem for you. But pretty interesting. Yeah, you can also get a little bit of attack boost if you want, which could do some damage. But mainly, again, I'm just thinking about like Link summoning and Exceed summoning from this, which, yeah, could be like a really good engine that this deck could do for a lot of our decks out there even too. Maybe you could throw this into something else. I'm not really sure just yet. I mean, I'm just now reading the cards on it, but I do like the idea of that, and having access to some good links and XC monsters is going to be good. Of course, after that we have Iron Knight, which is, yeah, obviously the one that goes with him. It is a level 4 Earth Warrior effect monster, 1,700 attack and 700 defense. They have it wrong right there. Yeah, it's actually 700. I had to double check myself. But anyway, his effect is you can only use this card's names to effect once per turn. If you control Iron Hans, this card loses 1,000 attack. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, or is destroyed by battle, you can add one Iron Hans from your deck to your hand. If Golden Castle of Stromberg is in the field zone, you can add one warrior monster instead. So basically with this one, it is kind of like, again, a support card for the previous monster. Although with this one too, yeah, it weakens itself, which that's not really a problem for you. Again, I'm still thinking about like link summoning with it, XC summoning, but also too, if it is sent to the graveyard by a card effect or destroy a battle, you're able to go for Iron Hans again, which can help you set up, so that's pretty good too. And also, if you just have Golden Castle on your side of the field, then you're getting the extra effect where you are able to add a warrior monster instead, so you can go for any warrior monster. Again, I can see these really coming in handy, and maybe like even just these two together with Golden Castle could be some kind of like idea, like it could be an engine thrown into some things. I'm not really sure just yet, but I feel like there's going to be some crazy things coming out of these two especially. These are probably two of my favorites from this archetype so far. Then, of course, next up we have Gilf, the Phantom Bird. Of course, level 4 Wind, Winged Beast effect monster, 1,500 attack, 1,500 defense, and its effect is, you can only use the second effect with this card's name once per turn. You can discard this card, add one Golden Castle of Stromberg from your deck to your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one card in your opponent's spell or trap card zone, destroy it. So basically, this is a Mystical Space Typhoon and Terraforming together, right? I mean, that's basically the best way to put it, because with this already, okay, you have Golden Castle, all right? Now, let's say you can use, 3 Terraforming, all right? Then you also have 3 of these. So basically, you have 9 of Golden Castle in your deck. That's pretty much the best way we can put it. If you want to even use, like, Metaverse or something, I guess you could have more searching from it. But, just going with those 3 cards like that and having 3 of each of them, yeah, the searching power is going to be ridiculous. That's why I was saying it's not going to be a problem to have Golden Castle, and that's what this card's going to help you do. Of course, then after that we have Hextrude, which is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster effect monster. I guess in a way it's kind of supposed to be the boss monster too, if that matters. But anyway, 2,600 attack, 2,100 defense. Its effect is, while Golden Castle of Stromberg is in the field zone, this card can be normal summoned, but not normal set without tributing. Once per turn, if Golden Castle of Stromberg is in the field zone, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. And if you do, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target one face-up monster you control. That monster gains 400 attack. So yeah, again, it's basically the boss monster for them. If you have Golden Castle, you can just normal summon her. Like, that's just insane when you think about it. I mean, 2,600 attack monster, normal summon it without a problem. Then also, too, you already have the Golden Castle then. You are able to then just target a card in the field, destroy it, and then also, if that wasn't enough, by the way, that is on the field. That's not one of your monsters. Then you're able to make 2 additional attacks on monsters during each battle phase this turn. So you can destroy one of your opponent's cards and get 2 attacks from it. Just think about that. That is insane. Pretty funny card, and one that is actually going to be kind of scary to go up against. I mean, being able to have Castle out there so easily, and then I think they're going to be able to normal summon this with ease and then go crazy after that too. So, might be something to look out for. And of course, we now go to the field spell. Yeah, this is the main card, the one we already knew that we were getting because they hinted at it earlier, but man, is this a scary field spell. So yeah, it is Golden Castle of Stromberg, field spell card, and of course, its effect is, once per turn during your standby phase, either banish the top 10 cards of your deck face down, or destroy this card. You can only use this card's name's one effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon one monster whose text specifically lists this card's name, Golden Castle of Stromberg, from your deck. You cannot normal summon during the turn you activate this effect. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy that attacking monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of its attack. Yes, this is insane. I mean, I figured it would be really interesting, but seriously, they are going crazy with this one because, yeah, you're banishing your top 10 cards of your deck face down. So, right there, and I'm already hearing people, talk about combos with this, you can use a lot of different cards out there that are dealing with, like, banishing cards like a Necroface with this deck. So that come in handy. And of course, you could actually use Pod Desires with ease too with this deck, because you're just banishing more cards. And if you are using something like Necroface, or I heard like people talk about Green Maju, yeah, that would be pretty insane. So I just like that idea to start off with. Also, too, you have so many monsters you can bring out too with that that effect, that special summoning effect. Because yeah, I mean, all of those monsters we talked about talk about Golden Castle. And then if that was enough too, an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can just destroy that monster and then inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of its attack. So it's like, oh, you want to attack me with your monster? Okay, destroyed, and you take damage from it. That is some seriously scary stuff going on there. I mean, that is one of the scariest, I think, field spells we've seen. And again, let's go back to talking about all that searching potential where you can bring out this card easily and get it to your hand. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, this is one of the best field spells I think I've seen. Then, of course, next up we have Glass Slippers. I already kind of summarized this card. So like I said earlier, basically use this with Cinderella. You equip it to one of your opponent's monsters, weaken them. Also, then, you destroy it. And yeah, you make it so they can't even attack when they're using it too. It makes it so it only really works with Cinderella. I mean, that's just basically what it does. Pretty interesting idea. It does seem to have some pretty cool ideas to it. And then, of course, the last card we have is Iron Cage. It is a continuous spell card, and its effect is you can activate the card with this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, send one monster you control to the graveyard. If Golden Castle of Stromberg is in the field zone, you can send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard instead. During your standby phase, you can target one monster in either player's graveyard that was sent there by this card's one effect, destroy this card, and if you do, special summon the target to your field. So yeah, basically you have a destruction card and also a monster reborn kind of with this. I mean, yeah, this card's going to be a little bit slower because it's a continuous spell, and then also it has to be during your standby phase you get to target a monster in either graveyard and then revive it, that monster reborn effect. But that can still be a problem for your opponent on that too. If they don't have a way to destroy it, then you're getting a free monster out of this, and also too, just that destruction effect too that first effect has is pretty insane going along with it too. So either way, having a destruction card where you can also revive a monster, like I said, basically like Monster Reborn, is definitely going to be something to worry about. And like I said, if they don't have an answer for it to destroy it before it's time, yeah, you can get a really powerful monster in your side of the field tier, just any monster, which can help you out from there too. But yeah, what do you guys think about these cards so far? Do you like them? Do you not like them so much? For me, I think they're definitely going to be a fun archetype to try out. I can see a lot of these cards even working out with some other decks too, being kind of like an engine for some different decks too. And I like the idea that they went with on this as well. So let me know what you guys think, of course, down in the comments below. Of course, if you are interested in trying out these cards. And like I said, they'll be out later on this year, even in English. So can't wait to try them out. And as soon as they're out, of course, in Japan and of course in English, I'm going to have openings on both of these. So be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to stay updated with everything Yu-Gi-Oh! Open up anything new that comes out for the game, as well as do news videos, so be sure to subscribe for that, and also ring that bell so you are a part of the notification squad, and you won't miss out on any Yu-Gi-Oh! News, especially since I'm staying up this late too. I mean, come on, that's gotta be worth a subscription and a like, right? Hopefully. But yeah, as always though, thank you guys for watching. All the info will be in the description. You guys want to check out the same page I'm reading off everything. It's on the organization's website, and of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.